Welcome to this deep dive. Today, we're going to be exploring happiness, but not in the typical way,
Yeah.
We're taking a journey through the
Wow.
ideas of Carl Jung,
Okay.
a Swiss psychiatrist
Yes.
who had a very unique take on what it means to be truly happy.
Jung's ideas go way beyond just like the surface level feeling good.
Yeah.
He saw happiness as this process of self-discovery,
Right.
becoming your most authentic self.
Okay.
Yeah,
So deep inner happiness,
Yeah.
not just fleeting,
exactly.
external joys.
Yeah.
But before we get into all of that,
Uh-huh.
can you give us a little bit of background on Carl Jung?
Sure.
Who was he,
Right.
and why should we care about his ideas on happiness?
Carl Jung
Yeah.
was born in Switzerland
Yep.
in 1875,
Okay.
and he really became like a giant in the world of psychology.
Wow.
He was actually working around the same time as Sigmund Freud,
Oh, wow.
but eventually developed his own theories, which we think of as analytical psychology.
Okay.
So distinct from Freud's ideas.
Okay.
What's interesting about Jung's take on happiness
Yeah.
is that he didn't think it was about external things or chasing pleasure.
Right.
He believed that
Yeah.
true happiness came from integrating all parts of yourself,
Okay.
even the messy bits that we often try to hide.
So he wasn't all about, following the rules and being perfect.
Not at all.
That's refreshing.
He called this process of becoming whole individuation,
Okay.
and it's a journey, not a destination.
Okay. I'm starting to see why this is a deep dive.
Yeah.
Like individuation, a journey to wholeness.
Mm-hmm.
That's profound stuff.
It is.
But it sounds like a lot of inner work.
It is.
What did Jung have to say about how we actually begin that journey?
Well, he believed that a key part of this journey
Yeah.
is facing what he called the shadow self.
Ooh. Yeah. The shadow self.
The shadow self.
There
That
you
sounds ominous. It sounds a little scary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's that all about?
Think of it as those parts of ourselves
Uh-huh.
that we don't like to admit to.
Okay.
Our insecurities, our fears,
Right.
maybe even some not-so-great traits.
Yeah.
Jung believed that confronting and integrating these shadow aspects
Uh-huh.
is crucial for genuine happiness.
Wait, so you're saying acknowledging our flaws
Yeah.
can actually make us happier.
Yes.
How does that work?
Imagine trying to stuff
Uh-huh.
a bunch of stuff under your bed.
Okay.
It might look tidy on the surface,
Okay.
but it takes up space,
Right?
creates clutter.
Yeah.
We're always tripping over,
Yeah.
facing our shadows.
Yeah.
It's like cleaning out what's under the bed.
Okay.
Yeah, making room for authenticity.
Okay, so it's about,
Right, accepting.
accepting those
Yeah.
less than perfect parts, not pretending they don't exist.
Right.
But how do we actually do that?
Yeah,
Did Jung offer any practical tools for working with the shadow self?
he did.
Okay.
He was a big believer in self-reflection
Okay.
and dream analysis.
Okay.
He saw dreams as a window to the unconscious mind,
Oh, okay.
offering valuable insights into our fears, desires,
Right.
and unresolved issues.
Okay.
He even suggested keeping a dream journal
Okay.
to help you understand these hidden parts of yourself.
A dream journal.
Yes.
So it's not just like random nonsense
No.
while we're sleeping.
No, it's not.
Our dreams are trying to tell us something.
Absolutely.
Wow, okay.
And Jung believed that actively working to understand and integrate our shadow self
Yeah.
could
Yeah.
take many forms.
Okay.
Journaling therapy,
Uh-huh.
working with a mentor, all of these can help.
So it's about bringing those hidden parts into the light,
Yes.
not just acknowledging that they're there.
Right.
Okay. But beyond dream analysis,
Yeah.
did Jung have any other methods for cultivating happiness?
He did. He believed that creativity is a powerful way to connect with ourselves
Uh-huh.
and find meaning.
Okay.
Painting,
Yeah.
writing music,
Right.
anything goes.
Yeah.
Jung saw creative activities
Yeah.
as helping us tap into those unconscious parts of ourselves
Right.
that we can't always access through rational thought.
I can see that. Like when I'm
Yeah.
when I'm creating something, it's
Right.
like I feel more connected to something bigger than myself.
Yeah.
It's like I'm tapping into this flow state that
Yeah.
brings me joy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Jung didn't stop there.
He didn't?
No. He also had this very unique idea
Okay.
about balancing the masculine and feminine energies within us.
Okay.
He called these the anima and animus.
Wait. Masculine and feminine energies inside each of us?
Yes.
That's a new one.
It's a new one.
Can you break that down a little bit?
Yeah.
I'm picturing little yin-yangs
So-
swirling around inside.
Think of it this way.
Okay.
We all possess
Uh-huh.
both masculine and feminine qualities,
Right.
regardless of our gender. It's not about stereotypes,
Okay.
but about recognizing different energies within ourselves.
Correct.
The animo, the feminine energy,
Yeah.
is about intuition, emotion nurturing.
Okay.
The animus, the masculine energy, might be linked to logic,
Uh-huh.
assertiveness, action.
Okay.
So it's about finding that sweet spot
Right.
where these energies can coexist,
Uh-huh.
complement each other,
Yeah.
not about suppressing one or the other.
So not about being one or the other,
No.
but finding that balance.
Finding that balance.
Yeah.
Jung believed this inner balance leads to greater harmony,
Right.
which he saw as essential for happiness.
Okay.
It's like finding that inner equilibrium
Yeah.
so you can move through the world with more resilience.
Okay, so I'm starting to see like the bigger picture here.
Yeah.
So much of what we usually hear about happiness is about, achieving things or feeling good, but
Yeah.
Jung's ideas are
Way deeper.
way deeper than that.
Yeah.
It's about self-discovery,
Yeah.
understanding these different parts of ourselves and finding that inner balance.
Yes.
You got it.
Okay, and what's fascinating is that
Right.
Jung also believed that aligning with your purpose
Yes.
is essential for happiness.
Absolutely.
He encouraged people to really seek their unique calling. So it's not just about understanding ourselves,
Right.
but also about figuring out what we're here to do,
Yeah.
what our unique contribution to the world is. So it's about purpose.
It's about purpose.
Okay.
And he also believed that we shouldn't be afraid of the unknown.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so embracing the unknown and living with a sense of purpose.
Exactly.
It sounds like Jung's philosophy is all about finding that deeper, more authentic happiness that comes from truly knowing
Yes.
and accepting yourself and your place in the world.
You got it.
That's amazing.
And what's fascinating
Yeah.
is how relevant his ideas are.
To our modern lives, even though he was writing nearly a century ago.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
I'm starting to see how Jung's ideas apply to our lives today.
Yeah.
But before we get into that, I'd love to hear more about this concept of the shadow self
Okay.
and how we can actually start to work with it.
Sure.
Is there anything specific Jung suggested we could do?
He had lots of practical advice.
Okay.
Remember those dream journals we talked about?
Uh-huh.
One simple thing you can do is start paying closer attention to your dreams.
So just like
Yeah.
grab a notebook
Yeah.
and as soon as I wake up, jot down whatever I remember.
So just like grab a notebook.
Yeah.
And as soon as I wake up,
Yeah.
jot down whatever I remember.
Exactly. Don't worry about analyzing them right away.
Okay.
Just capture as many details as possible.
Okay.
Over time, you might start to notice recurring themes or symbols
Right?
that can offer insights into those hidden parts of yourself.
That sounds easy enough.
It is.
I'm definitely going to try that.
Okay.
Are there any other tools Jung suggested for exploring our shadow selves?
Well,
He also recommended asking yourself some thought-provoking questions.
okay.
It's like holding up a mirror to those parts of yourself that you might normally avoid.
Yeah.
For example,
Okay.
you can ask yourself,
Okay.
what are some traits or behaviors I dislike in others
Okay.
that I might also possess?
Oh.
Or what are some emotions I tend to suppress or deny?
Wow.
Yeah,
Those are some powerful questions.
they are.
I can already see how those would help me uncover those hidden parts of myself.
Mm-hmm.
But what about those creative outlets we talked about?
Yeah.
How can those help us on our journey toward happiness?
Jung believed that finding a creative outlet that speaks to you is another powerful way to connect with yourself
Right.
and find meaning.
Oh.
So it's not about being a master artist or
Right.
musician,
Yeah.
but about finding something that you enjoy.
Yeah.
And that allows you to express yourself authentically.
Right.
So
it could be
painting,
Yeah. Huh.
dancing, playing an instrument, gardening, cooking,
Yeah.
anything
Yeah.
that allows you to tap into your creative energy
Right.
and express yourself.
I love that.
Yeah,
It's all about finding what works for you,
exactly.
not following some prescribed path.
Exactly.
But you mentioned earlier that Jung also placed a lot of emphasis on finding balance. Any practical tips for that?
Mindfulness exercises can be incredibly helpful for developing greater self-awareness.
Okay.
And finding that sense of inner peace.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So things like meditation or deep breathing exercises
Absolutely.
could help.
Yeah.
Okay.
And journaling can also be a great tool for finding balance.
Okay.
It allows you to process your emotions,
Right.
identify patterns in your thinking, and work towards greater self-understanding.
Okay, so we've got dream journaling,
Yes.
shadow work prompts, creative expression, and mindfulness exercises.
Yes.
What else can we do to apply Jung's ideas?
Perhaps the most important takeaway is to remember that happiness isn't a fixed state,
Right.
but a journey of self-discovery and growth.
Right.
Jung encouraged people to actively reflect on their purpose, their values, and what truly matters to them.
That makes sense. If happiness is a journey, then we need to
keep exploring.
Keep exploring.
Keep learning, keep growing.
Keep learning and keep growing.
Exactly.
Okay.
And that's where things get really interesting.
Okay.
Jung believed that each of us
Yeah.
has a unique path to follow,
Okay.
a unique contribution to make to the world.
So how do we find that path?
That's the exciting part.
Okay.
There's no one-size-fits-all answer.
Right.
It requires introspection, experimentation, and a willingness to embrace the unknown.
Okay. So it sounds like Jung's philosophy is about finding that deeper, more authentic happiness. That comes from truly knowing and accepting yourself and your place in the world.
You've got it.
Okay. And he also offered some concrete methods.
He did.
To help us along the way.
Yes.
In addition to the things we've already discussed, he was a big advocate for certain spiritual practices.
He was.
Okay, now this sounds intriguing.
Yeah.
What kind of spiritual practices did Jung recommend?
Well, he was fascinated by Eastern philosophies.
Okay.
And believed that practices like meditation could be incredibly beneficial for connecting with our inner selves.
Yeah.
And finding a sense of peace and tranquility.
So it's not just about self-reflection and understanding our psychology, but also about cultivating a deeper connection with something beyond ourselves.
Exactly. Jung saw spirituality as an essential part of the individuation process.
Wow.
He believed that connecting with something larger than ourselves could help us find greater meaning and purpose in life.
Wow, that's a really powerful idea.
It is. So it's not just about figuring out who we are as individuals, but also understanding our place within a larger context.
You've got it. And that leads us to another key takeaway, embracing the mystery of life.
What do you mean by embracing the mystery?
Jung believed that life is full of unknowns.
Okay.
And that we don't need to have all the answers to be happy.
Right.
In fact, he thought trying to control everything and figure everything out could actually hinder our growth and prevent us from experiencing true joy.
So it's about letting go of that need for certainty.
Yes.
And embracing the unknown.
Embracing the unknown.
With a sense of curiosity and wonder.
Exactly. It's about being open to new experiences, new perspectives, allowing life to unfold naturally without trying to force it into a predetermined mold.
Wow. This is all starting to make so much sense.
Yeah.
Jung's philosophy seems to be all about finding that deeper, more authentic happiness.
That comes from truly knowing and accepting yourself.
Yes.
Connecting with something larger than yourself. And embracing the mystery and wonder of life.
You've summarized it perfectly.
Wow.
And what's really fascinating is that even though Jung was writing decades ago, his ideas are even more relevant today in our fast-paced, technology-driven world.
It's true.
Yeah.
It feels like we need his wisdom now more than ever.
Absolutely. His teachings offer a roadmap for navigating the complexities of modern life and finding a sense of peace, purpose, and genuine happiness amidst all the chaos.
It's amazing how these timeless ideas can still offer so much guidance and inspiration today.
I know, it's amazing.
You know what's really fascinating? Is that Jung also had some really insightful things to say.
Oh, yeah?
About the role of relationships in our happiness.
He did.
Okay, now you've got me hooked.
Okay.
What did Jung have to say about relationships?
Well, he believed that relationships play a crucial role in our journey of self-discovery and individuation.
So it's not just about working on ourselves in isolation.
No, it's not.
But about how we interact and connect with others.
Exactly. Jung saw relationships as mirrors. Reflecting back to us aspects of ourselves that we might not be aware of.
So through our interactions with others,
yes,
we can gain a deeper understanding of ourselves.
Precisely. He believed that relationships could challenge us.
Right.
Push us to grow.
Yeah.
Help us to become more whole and integrated individuals.
That's a really interesting perspective.
It is.
It makes sense that the people we surround ourselves with can have a profound impact
on
our personal growth and happiness.
Absolutely. And Jung also had some fascinating ideas about the different types of relationships.
Okay.
And how they contribute to our overall well-being.
Okay.
For example, he believed that romantic relationships could be particularly powerful catalysts for personal growth.
Oh, I'm intrigued. What did he have to say about romantic relationships?
Well, he believed that romantic relationships often bring our shadow selves to the surface.
Oh, wow.
Forcing us to confront and integrate those hidden aspects of ourselves.
So those like intense emotions and conflicts that can arise in romantic relationships can actually be opportunities for growth and self-discovery.
He saw these challenges as invitations.
Okay.
To become more conscious and aware of our own patterns and behaviors.
That's a really empowering way to look at it.
It is.
It really reframes those difficult moments as valuable learning experiences. Instead of just being like, oh, this is terrible.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's an opportunity for growth.
Okay.
And Jung also had some interesting insights into the role of friendships in our lives.
Okay. Tell me more about what he had to say about friendships.
He believed that true friendships offer a space for genuine connection, support, and acceptance.
Okay.
He saw them as essential for our emotional well-being and for developing a sense of belonging.
So friendships are about more than just having fun.
They're much deeper than that.
And socializing. They're actually crucial for our psychological health and happiness.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Jung believed that through authentic friendships, we can learn to accept ourselves and others unconditionally.
Right.
Which is essential for finding true happiness.
That's a beautiful perspective on the power of friendship.
It is. And you know, it's fascinating to consider.
Yeah.
How all of Jung's ideas about relationships tie back to his central concept of individuation.
How so?
Well, he believed that through our interactions with others, we can learn to see ourselves more clearly, embrace our shadow selves, and ultimately become more whole and integrated individuals.
So it's not just about working on ourselves in isolation, but about how our relationships can help us on our journey towards self-discovery and happiness.
Jung saw relationships as an integral part of the individuation process. He believed that through authentic connections with others, we can grow, learn, and evolve into our fullest selves.
This is all so fascinating.
It is.
It really opens up a whole new way of thinking about happiness.
It does.
Self-discovery and the role of relationships in our lives.
It does, doesn't it?
It does.
Jung's ideas are truly profound.
They are.
And offer a wealth of wisdom for anyone seeking to live a more meaningful and fulfilling life.
I couldn't agree more.
Good.
Well, we've covered a lot of ground today.
Well,
From understanding who Carl Jung was to exploring his core beliefs about happiness, his methods for cultivating happiness, and even his ideas about the role of relationships in our lives.
We did.
That's a lot.
It is.
Well, I think we've given our listeners plenty to chew on for now.
I think so.
We'll be back in part 2 of this deep dive to explore even more of Jung's fascinating ideas.
Sounds good.
And how we can apply them in our own lives.
I'm looking forward to it.
Until then, keep diving deep into the fascinating world of Carl Jung and his profound insights into the human experience. Welcome back to our deep dive into the world of Carl Jung. Last time we talked about individuation. The shadow self, all those fascinating concepts.
Good stuff.
You really got me thinking about how we can apply these ideas to find more genuine happiness.
Yeah, it's amazing how relevant Jung's ideas are to our modern lives.
I know.
And today we're going to explore one of his most intriguing concepts. Synchronicity.
Synchronicity. That sounds pretty mystical.
It does sound a bit mystical.
What exactly is it?
You know those moments when things just seem to line up perfectly? Like you think about an old friend.
Right.
And then they call you out of the blue.
Yeah.
Or you keep seeing a certain number everywhere.
Yeah, I've definitely experienced that.
Right.
It always makes me wonder if there's something bigger going on.
Yeah.
Some hidden force orchestrating those coincidences.
That's exactly what Jung believed.
Really?
He saw these meaningful coincidences, these synchronicities, as evidence of a deeper connection between our inner and outer worlds.
So it's not just random chance?
Not according to Jung.
Okay.
He thought there was actually meaning behind those moments when things seemed to fall into place perfectly.
Wow.
He believed that synchronicities could offer guidance, insights, and even confirmation that we're on the right path.
Wow. So it's like the universe is trying to tell us something.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fascinating.
It is.
It makes me wonder if I should be paying more attention to those little coincidences in my own life.
I think it's worth considering.
Okay.
Jung believed that by being open to the possibility of synchronicity, we can tap into a deeper level of awareness.
Okay.
Try noticing those moments when the unexpected happens.
Okay.
Those times when things just seem to click into place effortlessly.
Okay. I'm going to start paying more attention to those moments.
Good.
It's exciting to think that there might be a deeper meaning behind them. Speaking of deeper meaning, I remember we touched on Jung's concept of archetypes last time.
Yes.
Can we delve into that a little more?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Archetypes are fascinating.
Yeah.
Jung believed that they are universal patterns and images embedded in our collective unconscious.
The collective unconscious. Can you remind me what that is again?
Sure.
It's been a while.
Jung believed that in addition to our personal unconscious, which holds our own individual experiences and memories, there's a deeper layer of the unconscious that we all share. It's a reservoir of universal experiences, instincts, and patterns that have been passed down through generations.
So it's like a shared pool of ancient wisdom and knowledge.
Exactly.
That we all tap into unconsciously.
We do.
Wow.
And Jung believed that archetypes are powerful forces that shape our perceptions, behaviors, and experiences.
So they influence how we see the world.
They do.
How we act.
And even what we experience.
Wow.
Yeah. Think of them as universal templates for human experience, representing fundamental motifs, characters, and themes that show up across cultures and throughout history.
Okay, that makes sense. Can you give me some concrete examples of archetypes?
Of course.
Okay.
Some of the most common ones are the hero, the wise old man, the mother, the trickster, the shadow, and the animus.
Those sound familiar. I've definitely encountered those characters and themes in myths, stories, and movies.
Exactly. Jung believed that archetypes express themselves through symbols, myths, art, and literature.
So it's like
they're present in all cultures and throughout history.
These archetypal patterns are hardwired into our psyches.
Yes.
Constantly influencing our thoughts, feelings, and behaviors, even if we're not consciously aware of it.
Precisely. And Jung believed that recognizing and understanding these archetypes could help us gain a deeper understanding of ourselves and the world around us. It's like having a new lens through which to view your experiences.
Okay, that's incredible.
It is.
How can we become more aware of these archetypes and their influence in our own lives?
One way is to pay attention to recurring symbols, characters and themes that appear in your dreams, your creative expressions, even your everyday experiences.
So being more mindful.
Yes.
And observant of the patterns that emerge.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's also helpful to study mythology, literature, and art from different cultures.
Right.
By exposing yourself to these diverse expressions of the human experience, you can start to recognize the universal archetypes that connect us all.
That makes sense. It's like by studying these ancient stories and symbols, we're tapping into a deeper layer of understanding about ourselves and the human condition.
Yes.
But how does all of this relate to finding happiness?
Well, Jung believed that recognizing and integrating these archetypes could lead to greater self-awareness, personal growth, and even spiritual transformation.
Right.
All of which contribute to a deeper sense of happiness.
This is blowing my mind.
I know, it's pretty amazing stuff.
It's like Jung is giving us a whole new language for understanding ourselves in the world around us.
He is.
It's not just about feeling good.
Right.
It's about uncovering these hidden patterns and meanings.
Precisely.
Yeah.
And you know, it's really inspiring.
What's that?
Jung never claimed to have all the answers.
Oh, wow.
He saw himself as a fellow traveler on the path of individuation. always exploring, learning, and evolving.
I love that.
Yeah.
It's so refreshing to hear a thinker admit they don't have all the answers.
Yeah.
It makes me feel like it's okay to be on this journey of self-discovery without having everything figured out.
Absolutely. And that's why Jung's ideas continue to resonate with people today.
Yeah.
He invites us to join him on this journey, to embrace the mystery of life, and to keep searching for meaning and truth.
I'm definitely feeling inspired to continue exploring Jung's ideas.
Good, glad.
So far, we've covered synchronicity and archetypes.
Yes.
Is there anything else you think would be helpful for our listeners to know about Jung's perspective on happiness?
Well, he placed a lot of emphasis on the power of dreams.
Okay.
He saw them as a direct line to the unconscious mind.
We touched on dream journaling before.
Yeah.
Why did Jung think dreams were so important?
He believed that they offer a way for our psyches to communicate with us.
Okay.
In symbolic language.
Okay.
It's like our dreams are trying to tell us something.
So it's not just random images and thoughts flashing through our minds while we sleep?
No, they actually hold meaning.
Wow, okay.
Jung believed that dreams often contain valuable insights, guidance, and even warnings that can help us navigate our waking lives.
So they can help us in our real lives?
They can.
Wow.
It's a way for the unconscious to process emotions, work through conflicts, and even offer solutions to problems.
Wow, that's amazing.
It is.
So it's not just about analyzing the symbols in our dreams, but also paying attention to the emotions and feelings that arise during those dreams.
Exactly. Jung believed that the emotions we experience in dreams are just as important as the symbols themselves.
Okay.
They provide valuable clues about what's going on in our unconscious.
Okay, so how do we tap into the wisdom of our dreams?
Okay.
Is dream journaling enough?
Journaling is a great first step.
Okay.
The key is to write down your dreams as soon as you wake up, capturing as many details as possible.
Right.
Don't censor yourself or try to analyze them right away.
Okay.
Just get those details down on paper.
Okay, so just start recording those dreams.
Yes.
But then what?
Okay.
How do we go about interpreting them and understanding what they're trying to tell us?
Jung believed that dreams speak in a symbolic language.
Okay.
It's helpful to learn about common dream symbols and their possible interpretations.
Right.
But you also want to pay attention to your own personal associations with those symbols.
Right.
What does that particular symbol mean to you?
So it's not about just looking up symbols in a dream dictionary.
Well, not necessarily.
Okay.
It's about understanding their personal significance.
Gotcha.
Jung believed that each dream is unique to the individual and that there's no one-size-fits-all approach to interpretation.
Okay.
He encouraged people to trust their own intuition and insights when exploring the meaning of their dreams.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense.
Mm-hmm.
It's like we're each the experts on our own dreams.
Yes, we are.
Okay, but you mentioned that dreams can offer us guidance and warnings.
Yes, they can.
Can you give me an example of what that might look like?
Sure. Let's say you're considering a new job opportunity.
Okay.
But you're feeling hesitant and uncertain. You might have a dream that features a winding, confusing path leading to a dark forest. That dream could be a warning from your unconscious that this particular path might not be the right one for you.
Wow, that's pretty powerful.
It can be.
So it's not about taking the dream literally, but about understanding the underlying message it might be conveying.
Exactly. And remember, the emotions in dreams are just as important as the symbols.
Okay.
If you wake up from a dream feeling anxious or uneasy, that's a valuable clue to pay attention to.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm definitely going to start taking my dreams more seriously.
Good. I'm glad.
This is opening up a whole new dimension to understanding myself.
It can.
And Jung also believed that dreams can be a source of creative inspiration.
He did.
He saw them as a wellspring of ideas, images and stories that can enrich our waking lives.
So our dreams can actually fuel our creativity?
Absolutely.
Wow.
Many artists, writers, and musicians have drawn inspiration from their dreams.
Right.
Jung believed that by paying attention to the creative impulses that arise in our dreams, we can tap into a powerful source of energy and imagination.
That's incredible.
It is.
It makes me think of all those times I've woken up with a brilliant idea or a catchy song lyric in my head. Maybe those were gifts from my dreams.
It's certainly possible.
Wow.
Jung encouraged people to keep a notebook by their bed. So they could jot down those fleeting ideas and inspiration.
He saw the creative process as a way of connecting with the unconscious and bringing those hidden treasures into the light.
I love that.
Yeah.
It's like our dreams are a direct line to a source of infinite creativity.
Exactly.
But you've mentioned the unconscious several times now.
Yes.
Can we talk more about what Jung believed about the unconscious and how it shapes our lives?
Absolutely. Jung's understanding of the unconscious was one of his most significant contributions to psychology.
Wow, okay.
He saw it as a vast and complex realm that contains a wealth of potential wisdom and creativity.
So it's not just a storage bin for repressed memories and instincts.
No, it's much more than that.
Okay.
Jung saw the unconscious as an active and dynamic force that is constantly influencing our thoughts, feelings, and behaviors, even when we're not aware of it.
That's a powerful concept. Like there's a whole other world operating beneath the surface of our conscious awareness.
Exactly. And Jung believed that by tapping into the power of the unconscious, we can unlock incredible potential for growth, healing, and transformation.
That sounds amazing.
It can be.
But how do we tap into this hidden realm? It seems so mysterious and elusive.
Jung developed several techniques for exploring the unconscious. We've already talked about dream analysis. But he also recommended active imagination. And working with symbols and archetypes.
Active imagination.
Yes.
That sounds intriguing.
It is. It's a technique that involves consciously engaging with the images, symbols, and characters that arise from the unconscious. It's like having a conversation with your unconscious.
Oh, wow.
Allowing it to express itself through creative exploration.
So it's like a guided meditation or visualization where we allow our imagination to run wild and see where it takes us.
Exactly. You might choose a particular image or symbol that feels meaningful to you, and then allow your imagination to weave a story or scenario around it. You might even encounter characters or archetypes that represent different aspects of yourself.
That sounds fascinating.
It can be.
It's like creating a bridge between our conscious and unconscious minds.
Exactly. And Jung believed that by engaging with the unconscious in this way, we can gain valuable insights. Work through emotional blocks and even tap into creative inspiration.
So it can help us on multiple levels.
It can.
Wow.
And what about working with symbols and archetypes? How does that help us to understand the unconscious? Remember, Jung believed that the unconscious often communicates with us through symbolic language. By learning to recognize and interpret these symbols, we can gain a deeper understanding of what's happening beneath the surface of our conscious awareness.
It's like we're deciphering a secret code.
Exactly. And the more we engage with the language of symbols and archetypes, the more fluent we become in understanding the messages of the unconscious.
I'm definitely going to learn about dream symbols and archetypes to my to-do list.
It's a fascinating area to explore.
It is.
And remember, the key is to approach it with a sense of curiosity and openness. Allow yourself to be surprised by what you discover.
But earlier you said that the unconscious is not just personal, but also collective?
Yes.
Can you remind me what that means again?
Sure.
Please.
Jung believed that the collective unconscious is a shared reservoir of universal experiences, instincts, and archetypes. It's like a deep well of wisdom and knowledge that connects us all.
So it's not just my own personal experiences and memories that shape my unconscious. It's also influenced by something much larger.
Yes.
Something that connects me to all of humanity.
Exactly.
Wow.
And Jung believed that by accessing the collective unconscious, we can connect with a sense of unity, belonging, and meaning that transcends our individual experiences.
So it goes beyond just our own personal lives.
It does.
Wow, that's a beautiful idea.
It is.
And it makes me feel like I'm part of something much larger than myself.
It's a powerful feeling. And Jung believed that connecting with that sense of belonging and purpose is essential for experiencing true happiness and fulfillment.
It makes sense that feeling connected to something larger than ourselves would contribute to a sense of meaning and purpose in life.
It does.
But how did Jung believe we could cultivate that connection? Did he recommend any specific spiritual practices?
He did. Jung was open to a wide range of practices. He believed that the best approach was the one that resonated most deeply with the individual. So he didn't prescribe like one specific set of practices.
No.
But he did emphasize the importance of meditation, prayer, and contemplation.
So it's about finding the practices that help us to quiet the mind.
Yes.
Connect with our inner selves, and open ourselves to a sense of transcendence.
Exactly. Jung believed that these practices could help us to access those deeper layers of our being, where we connect with the divine.
Okay, that's a beautiful idea.
It is.
It makes me think about how spiritual practices can be a way of nurturing our souls. But did Jung only recommend traditional practices like meditation and prayer?
He was also a big believer in the power of creativity as a form of spiritual expression.
So things like making art, writing, dancing, playing music, those can be spiritual practices too.
Absolutely. Jung believed that through creative expression, we tap into a deeper source of inspiration. And connect with something that transcends our individual egos.
That's really inspiring.
It is.
It makes me realize that spirituality doesn't have to be confined to traditional practices. It can be found in anything that allows us to connect with our deepest selves. And express our unique gifts.
Exactly. It's about finding what resonates with you. What sparks your soul. And what allows you to tap into that wellspring of creativity and inspiration that lies within.
This is all so fascinating.
It is.
I'm starting to see how Jung's ideas about spirituality, creativity, the unconscious, and even synchronicity all tie together.
You do.
To paint this beautiful picture of what it means to live a meaningful and fulfilling life.
They do, don't they? Jung's work is like a tapestry, woven with threads of psychology, spirituality, mythology, and even art.
Wow.
And it's up to each of us to explore that tapestry and discover the patterns and meanings that resonate with our own souls.
That's a beautiful way to put it.
Thank you.
I feel like I'm just beginning to grasp the depth and complexity of Jung's ideas.
It is deep.
And I'm eager to keep learning more.
Good.
But for now, I think we've given our listeners a lot to ponder.
We've journeyed through some pretty deep territory today. From synchronicity and archetypes to dreams and the unconscious. And even touched on the spiritual dimension of Jung's work.
That's a lot for one part.
It is a lot.
It's been an incredible journey.
It has.
And I'm already feeling inspired to incorporate some of Jung's ideas into my own life. I'm definitely going to start a dream journal.
That's a great first step.
Yeah.
And remember, the journey of individuation is ongoing. It's a process of continual self-discovery, growth, and transformation.
I'm excited to see where this journey takes me.
Me too.
But for now, I think we've given our listeners plenty to chew on.
Yes.
We'll be back in part 3 of this deep dive to wrap up our exploration of Jung's ideas.
Sounds good.
And talk about how we can apply them in our own lives.
I'm looking forward to it. We've still got some fascinating territory to explore, including Jung's perspective on the meaning of life.
Now that sounds intriguing.
It is.
I can't wait.
Good.
Until then, keep diving deep into the world of Carl Jung.
Yes.
Welcome back to our final deep dive into the fascinating world of Carl Jung. We've been on quite a journey through his ideas. Exploring everything from the shadow self to synchronicity, archetypes, dreams, and even the connection between the unconscious and spirituality.
It's been incredible, hasn't it?
It really has.
Jung's ideas are like this vast, intricate maze. Full of hidden pathways and unexpected connections.
They really are. And I feel like with each concept we kind of unpack, we gain a deeper understanding not only of ourselves, but the world around us.
Exactly.
But there's one big question I've been saving for last. The one that's at the heart of all this exploration.
All right.
What did Jung have to say about the meaning of life?
Ah, yes, the ultimate question. Well, unlike some philosophers who tried to pin down like one universal meaning for everyone, Jung believed that the meaning of life is deeply personal.
So there's no one right answer. No magic formula.
No magic formula.
For meaningful life.
Exactly. Jung believed the meaning of life isn't something you find out there in the world. Prepackaged and ready to go. It's something you create through your own experiences, choices, and actions.
So that puts the responsibility for finding meaning.
It does.
Squarely on our shoulders.
Yes, it does.
But it's also incredibly empowering.
It is very empowering.
It means we have the power to shape our own lives and create meaning for ourselves.
Precisely. It's not about discovering some preordained purpose.
But
about forging your own path. And finding what makes your life feel truly meaningful along the way.
So it's not about reaching a specific destination. But about embracing the journey.
You got it. And Jung believed that there's this deeper force at play guiding us on this journey. He often referred to it as the self with a capital S.
The self.
Yes, think of it as an inner wisdom, a compass, pointing us toward wholeness and fulfillment.
That's a beautiful image. It makes me think of that saying, trust the journey. It sounds like Jung believed we all have this inner guidance system that can help us find our way.
He did, and he believed the more we align ourselves with that inner wisdom, the more meaningful and fulfilling our lives become.
So it's about really listening to our intuition.
Yes.
That inner voice that's guiding us towards our true purpose.
Precisely.
But how do we recognize that inner voice?
Yeah.
It seems like there are so many distractions in our modern world, so many external voices telling us what to do and who to be.
There are.
How do we cut through all that noise?
Right. Jung believed that the self communicates with us in very subtle ways. Through our dreams. Those meaningful coincidences we called synchronicities. Our creative impulses. And even through the challenges we face.
So even those tough times, the setbacks and struggles can actually hold meaning.
Absolutely. Jung believed those challenges can be catalysts for growth and transformation.
So they can actually help us to become more aligned with our true selves.
Exactly. They push us to confront those shadow parts of ourselves, let go of limiting beliefs, and step more fully into who we truly are.
That's a really profound way to look at it.
It is.
It reframes those difficult experiences as opportunities for learning and becoming more aligned with our true selves.
Precisely, Jung didn't believe that the meaning of life was about avoiding pain or seeking pleasure, but about embracing the fullness of human experience. The joy and sorrow, triumphs and setbacks.
So it's about accepting the good with the bad.
Exactly. It's in those moments of contrast, those times when we're pushed to our limits, that we often discover our greatest strengths and resilience.
Wow, that's such a powerful reminder. It's so easy to get caught up in this pursuit of happiness, is this constant state of bliss. But Jung is suggesting that true meaning comes from embracing the full spectrum of the human experience.
He is. And he believed that by facing those challenges, by wrestling with those big questions, we uncover a deeper understanding of ourselves and our place in the world. It's in those moments of struggle that we often find our greatest purpose and meaning.
This is so inspiring. It's like Jung is giving us permission to let go of the need for perfection, to embrace the messy and imperfect journey of life. And to trust that there's meaning to be found even in the midst of challenges.
Exactly. Jung believed the meaning of life isn't the destination, but a process of becoming. It's something we create through our choices, our actions, our relationships, and our engagement with the world around us.
Wow, that's a lot to take in. I feel like we've barely scratched the surface of Jung's vast body of work.
We have just scratched the surface.
But this exploration has definitely sparked a sense of curiosity. And wonder in me.
That's the beauty of Jung's ideas.
It is.
They invite us to keep questioning, keep exploring, and keep striving to become our most authentic selves.
I think that's a perfect note to end on.
I agree.
Thank you so much for guiding us through this deep dive into the world of Carl Jung.
It's been my pleasure.
I feel like I've gained a whole new understanding of what it means to live a meaningful and fulfilling life.
I'm glad to hear that.
And to our listener, I encourage you to continue exploring Jung's ideas and see how they resonate with your own journey. His work is a treasure trove of wisdom and insight.
It is.
Waiting to be discovered.
Absolutely.
Until next time, keep diving deep.
Yes, keep diving.